Okay.
So, okay, yesterday we saw the overview on the machine, the mechanical parts, some important terms, and then at the end we saw a little bit about how to create a program. So this is the main screen. Before doing anything, we have to log in. I will just repeat this, so like a refresh. So I will log in with the level 6 password, and we have seen that yesterday the single program production and how we can create a new program or copy a program, save it, rename it, and or delete it if needed. And we have also seen the different setup that we can do in the program, on the cage program. There was some question regarding how much the welding, the maximum for the welding point length. So, okay, theoretically, there's no maximum, but we limit this to 20 period. So 20 period is approximately 1 second. So I think 1 second welding can weld big, very high, very big diameters together. So no need to make more, but normally with 6, 7, 8, or 9, it should be enough. But we will see also that the limit we can set it here in the machine. It is set here in the welding control. We say maximum number of periods is 20. We can make it bigger or less, but I think 20 for now was enough for all our customers. This is what we saw yesterday. I would just say I will just take a look together. We will take a look on this main screen. So here you can see here which type of production you have chosen. Okay, here it's production list, but normally you have single program or the multi-program as well. Here you have the program name, which is now in production. The speed, and you can adjust the speed from the potentiometer that we saw yesterday on the control panel. Here you can see who is logged into the machine. So normally when operator 1, operator 2, so the names can be here shown. When you these two cases are the amount. So here you can say I need to produce 100 cage from this cage program, and in this case the machine will count you how many cages you already done. The production time is automatically calculated for the cage. Here you will see the record number. So the machine in the cage program, I will in parallel tell you this. So in the cage program you have so here you have, I don't know, 8 record. So here on the main screen you can see also the record number. So what is the maximum and in which record now the machine is doing. The number of zero windings that you defined here. So how many you are going to do. So you can see it here. The diameter of the cage program, which you enter here, should be here. So this screen is mainly to show you the actual or what are you doing now on the machine. The record length, how many millimeter, so is for this cage. spacing is okay. Also, what you enter here. Okay. And this button here is you will be able to click on it when adjusting is on. Adjusting, you know, the button on the control panel. When you click on it, you will see this fencer here. You can activate or deactivate the feed drive brake and welding carriage brake. I'm not sure if in your machine is the same, but maybe you have one more motor, one less. So here you can control this from here, the motor brakes. Okay, this is for the cage program. Try to do this again. Okay, in this here you will see the nominal and actual values. So main drive axis. So this is the main wheel, in which what should be the nominal position and what is actually the position. Here you can compare the feed axis as well. So what is the nominal position and what is actually the position. The feed, the diameter axis the same. So it shows you the diameter and the welding carriage also. Here you see also the same, the nominal speed and actual speed. So what should be the speed normally, and so in the program what you have entered, and what is the actual speed of the model. This is the live, if you want. If these are the live values. So when the machine stop, here you will see 0. When it start, you will see that it is increasing until it reach the nominal speed, and then it will go down. And these values are what are the data included in the cage program. Here are the welding parameters. Here we can see the stroke for the ground reel, what is the nominal and what is the actual. The same for the
Question, sir.
welding reel. Yes.
Can you please repeat the steps to come to the adjustment screen, the adjusting screen? Can you please repeat the steps to bring us to this adjusting screen?
This?
¿Esto? No, la general. No, the general one.
Here.
Okay? Yes.
You want me to go here?
¿Quieren que yo vaya
Yes.
aquí?
But this.
No. How do we open up the window? From the left side, the left window. How do we open the left window?
Okay. When adjusting is on, when you click here on adjusting, you get this. When you click on this.
No, but the entire window, the main window. This big entire window, this big block, the big window that you have on the left. How did you open that window?
Sorry, on the left, so
yeah,
it should be here.
Yeah, that one that you have there. Yeah,
this,
exactly. That window that you're moving. Yeah, how did you open that window?
This is the main screen of the machine. So when machine start, you will see this.
No, because I saw one. I saw a similar one. We see a similar one in the back. That's why I was asking.
Yeah. Like okay. This is the live one from my simulator. This here. And the other one is from the presentation, but I preferred, okay, in the presentation, I can click here, then, okay, when you click on the adjusting, you will get this window. So, but I...
Oh, okay, yeah, that was the confusion.
Yeah,
sorry, no, we understand.
This was, okay, sorry. So this is it. I made it in the presentation, but I think it's better when we do it live. If you want, I can continue like this in the presentation, but this is
no, it actually is better the way you're doing it. We were just confused for a second, but no, it's
okay.
perfect.
Yes, I will. Maybe I have to choose another slide. Okay, I will. So I will keep this as background. And then we can continue here. So the adjusting button, when this is on here, when this is on here, then you will be able to click on adjusting, and then you can open this. And then, yeah, you can open the brake or close it. So when you click on one, the brake will open and the brake will close. Okay. Here,
Okay.
in this window here, you can see what is the stroke for the ground reel, the stroke for the welding reel, what is the nominal, what is the actual. We will talk about this in the coming slides, but okay. The pressure of the welding reel as well. This is what we talked about yesterday. How many, when you have automatic, then you can know here, here how much you are putting in the cage program. So in the cage program, you have here, so welding pressure, welding roller pressure. So when you have the automatic, then when you change this here, it will appear here. But in your case, this is manually, so you don't use it. The welding point shifting, this is here. It shows you the actual millisecond, how many milliseconds we are delay, or we delay the welding. So this is a welding point shifting. If you remember it, we talked about it yesterday. So here you can see it live also for each welding point. You will see the value, this value moving. So it's not, so just to know that it is working. This is the only thing. And here you can see the welding power. The welding power you will see here is the one what you will see on what you will set here. So the power, if you put here 70%, you will see on the screen 70%. So if you put 80, is the same. So what you see here is what you regulate on the on this one. And then the welding length frequency, so how many period hertz, this is what you put here. How many period. Okay. This is only for your information. So you know when during production what is going on. And these two, we talked about them yesterday regarding the delaying or making the welding point a little bit earlier or a little bit later. Any question here?
No, sir. No questions.
Okay. Now we will check the multi-program. So we created the programs we want. We have the list now here. We have created a folder. Okay. You have here all the programs, single programs that you have on your machine. Then when you go to multi-program, then here you have the same. So you can see all the programs together. So as I explained yesterday, the multi-program is like where you assemble 2 or 3 programs or 4 or how many you want together to make, so the machine will make them one after the other in this sequence. So let's say for this one, you need to make the cage 140, 32, intern and extern. So you need to make 2 intern and then 3 extern. So when you load this program, this multi-program, then the machine will make the first row. So we'll make 2 internal cage and then 3 external. When this is finished, then it will start again with two from internal and 3 from external. You can also add, I don't know, you need to make after this one 4 from another one, let's say external GP. So you put it here, and then the golden rule, you save. When you save, okay, I need the same name, okay. Then now you have this. So when you load this program load, then the machine will make this sequence. If you put 111, then save, okay. Then it will make one from this, one from this, one from this. Then it will repeat, it will repeat. It will be this is the cycle. It will be this cycle. Are you still with me?
Yes, sir. We're here, but
Yeah.
can you repeat the steps on how to create the multi-program
Yes,
again,
I
please?
I will create one in front of you. So let's say we need to create a new multi-program. So I will say new. I will step here, and then I will put how many cages I want. I will need here 1. Then from here I choose which program I need. So I will make 120. So I click on this cage, and then I click here. So it will take this cage. When I click again on amount, then I can put a second one. So the machine will automatically create a new row where I can put another cage. So I will make then the external. So I step here, I click on this one, and then I click here, then it will be here. Then when I go back, it will create another. I can create as many as I need. So I need from this one, and then I need to make the 120. I need to make this one after that, and then I click here and done. When I'm done with that, I have to go to edit, store multi-program. Then I give it a name. So I will name this 12042 multi-program. Okay, and then you have this. If I need to change it, I just click on it. Then I change here, I don't know, I need to change the quantity to 3. I can change it. I need to change this. I don't need the internal first. I need another one. I need, let's say, this one. So I click here, then it is changed. After that, I have to store the program. Okay, and now it's done. So I have the 12052, and then the 42, and then the 42. If I need to create another one, I go edit again. I can copy one. I load multi-program. Sometimes it doesn't work. Okay, so let's focus on new. Then I create the new one. I step here and then click here. Then this, what I choose will be here. And then I need 6 from this. Of course, when you do multi-programs, you need to make sure that you don't make one with 300 millimeter and the second one is 1500. So the welding angles will not match. because the position of the welding angle should be transferred from position 1 to position 3 on the slider. Okay. So I will name this 130. So now I have what I created. Is that clear? Does anyone have any question? This is the story of the multi-program.
One question.
Yeah.
When we have different diameters per wire, different wires, different diameters, does the machine alert, or does the machine just continue? Does it gives us an alert, or it tells us, or does the program continue?
No, the machine you have doesn't know, because you have only one decoiler. So when you change the wire diameter, you have to change the decoiler. So you have to change the coil of the wire. So no, the machine doesn't know that which diameter is now installed on your on your machine. When you have maybe 2 decoiler or 3, so you can choose in the program. So okay, coil 1 is 6, coil 2 is 8, and coil 3 is 5. Then in the cage program, so here in the cage program, yes, you can say, okay, so this cage program is with 8 millimeters, so you use here the real number 2. And then when and the second one, you need the real number 1. So this is, let's say these are 2 different diameters. Then when you in the multi-program, when you put these 2 together, then automatically the machine, when it changed the program here, so okay, let's choose now multi-program. So you see here, you have now multi-program and then cage program. So here it appears which multi-program you are using. This name is this one. This is a multi-program name. Or now if you load this one, now it will not load, I hope. Okay, so now you have this multi-program, and actually you are producing this cage, which is now, if you go to the multiple, this is the first one. When you finish this, the cage program will be this one. When you finish this, the cage program will change to this one. So here you know which cage you are now producing, and here what is the multi-program name you chose and you loaded in the PLC. Okay, so when the machine changed to the other cage program, and in the other cage program you choose another decoiler, then the machine will automatically work with the other decoiler. So this is not a problem. But in your case, this is not possible because you have only one.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah.
Another question, sir.
Yeah.
Can we manufacture like one after the other? One. Can we, yeah, that we repeat a certain amount of things? Can we just manufacture one and then another and then one and then another and then repeat and one and then another and repeat one and then another? Can we do that? Manufacturing?
You mean between 2 different cages or the same cage? I don't know what exactly is meant.
Yes, between 2 different cages.
Yes, but this is why multiple program is done. So this is a cage, this is another cage, this is another cage. So if you put here one and you delete this one, so you have, sorry, I've done something wrong. So okay, let's say this is our case. You have 1, 1. Okay, and then you save it. So in this case, you have 2 different cages. This cage program is different than this one. So when you load this to the machine, then the machine will produce the first cage. When it is done, then it will move to the second one. When the complete list is done, then it will start from the beginning. The first one, then the second one.
Does it give
This
us
is how.
when the list ends? Does it give us an alarm? Like, how do we know what
No,
cycle we're on? The cycles.
it gives only when you say here I need 100. Then when this amount here is done, then it gives you like a message. You are done with your production. But if you press OK and the automatic start again, then it will start again.
Okay, sir. Excellent.
Is that okay? Yeah. Okay. Perfect. So this is how it works. So the multi-program, normally we have machines with automatic feeding, with automatic cage removal also. So this function is normally used when you have a little bit more automation on the machine. So you have automatic feeding for the wires and these things. So the machine can produce 2 types of cages automatically without interfering of the operator. So this function is mainly used there. In your case, it can be it can be also used, but with a little bit not full flexibility, if I can say that. So it's not full flexibility, but it can be done. If you say the same length of cages is used, the same diameter, then it's okay. You can use this function with 2 different type of cages with different the diameter. Only the diameter is different, then no problem.
One question. Huh? What would work? I didn't understand. How would that work?
Yeah. Okay. So let's say okay, the decoiler you have is 6 millimeter, and you need to produce 2 types of wires of longitudinal. Okay, the longitudinal one is 8 millimeter, one is 6 millimeter. The operator is feeding the longitudinal, so it can feed 6 or it can feed 8. This is not interested for the machine because it's a manual feeding. But you will not, after every cage, change the coil. So the 6 millimeter of the coil, you need to produce only with 6 millimeter. So it doesn't make sense that every time you need to change the coil. This is the flexibility I'm talking about. So the operator can feed the longitudinal with 6 millimeter and make a cage with 6 to 6, and then can feed the second one a wire with 8 millimeter, but the winding wire is always 6 millimeter. So you can do these 2 types of cage, one after the other, but the winding wire is still the same, 6 millimeter.
Another question, please.
Mhm.
No importa la ranura. Does it not matter la ranura of the contact roller? Does the la ranura, perdón, como
No, doesn't matter.
what the spacing of the contact roller?
No,
1 second.
yeah, I
1
will.
second.
I will.
Okay. Does the slot, the groove, the gap, does the slot of the cage roller, does that matter?
No, actually, between
No?
6 and 8 millimeter doesn't matter, but maybe no, but it doesn't matter. Normally, you can
What
do it
about when
very
what
easy.
about when it's 10 millimeters? When it's 10 millimeters, what about?
Then that it could be that you have a little bit more gap on the welding roller, not on the contact roller, because the contact roller is the reference for the machine. So, okay, now we are moving to a topic which is important. Just give me 1 second. This was one of my topics, but since we started already, I will talk about it now. Okay, this is what you are talking about. You are talking about the gap for the contact roller and the gap for the welding roller. Normally, this is not a problem for the contact roller, because if you remember yesterday, I explained how when you press on the reference button for the welding carriage, so welding carriage reference, the machine will move until you have a gap for the ground reel, which is equal to the set here. So if you put here 3 millimeter, then the welding carriage will move until you have here 3 millimeter, and then it will stop. Then the welding roller, normally when the machine with the welding carriage moves, this is in open state. So this piston is completely back. When you put the wires and you need to start production, this piston will close. So the welding roller will close, and then you will have the gap here. Is that okay for now?
Yes, yes, it's okay.
Okay. So in case you have different wire diameter, or if you change it or no, this doesn't affect the position of on the contact roller, because the contact roller, this one, the gap will be always what you set in the program. But what could differ here is a little bit the stroke of the welding reel. If you use bigger diameter without changing mechanically the position of the welding arm, then you could have here a little bit more gap, but this normally doesn't create a problem on the machine. Is that clear? Is this point clear for you? What is this? Is this answering your question?
Yes, yes.
Okay. Okay, so I think I answered this. So when you change the program from first cage to the second cage, this is not a problem. So the machine will take the data each time from the cage program that you already created. So the multi-program is only something to make the life easy and to change easier and to make the factory faster when producing. Okay, so the data will be as it is in each cage program. So these data, what you entered here, these will be used for the cage production. But the multi-program is only like organizing the production when you need to make the same sequence every time. So you need to make, I don't know, when you produce some cages, sometimes to put the concrete, you need one inner cage, one outer cage. So you prefer to produce first the inner, then the outer, or the outer, then the inner. So this sequence is usually used to make the production easier. So without thinking how many did I do from this type and then to move to the other type, then you make one smaller, one bigger, one inner, one outer, one inner, one outer, and then it will be easy for the concrete machine. I don't know, this depends on the sequence of production for each factory. Is that clear now? Do you have any other questions regarding this point?
Sí, con respecto a la imagen de la diapositiva. Yes, in the image in the slide, not in the program itself, but in the slide in your PowerPoint.
Yes.
Cuando ejecutamos multiprograma y tenemos when we execute multi-programs and we have a cage de diámetro pequeño with a small diameter, y después and then en el mismo in the same multi-program we execute a cage that has a large diameter. No hay necesidad. Is there no need to graduate the two slots?
To what? Sorry?
The two slots, the two gaps? Do we have to graduate?
No, the diameter doesn't affect the gap. The diameter doesn't affect the gap. What I can tell you now. Okay, I will just go back to one old slide that we saw yesterday regarding this. Okay, if you remember here, we spoke about this and this. So when you need to make multi-program, you cannot make a program which you need to put the welding angle on the first position and do the second program where you need to position the welding angle on another position. So if you are here with the welding angle mechanically, so it's not logic that you make two programs, one program to use this position and the other program you need to use this position, because you need to then to change mechanically the welding angles. So what makes sense that, okay, you need to make one gauge program with using always position one. So, and the second one is using position one, the third one also. So this is not a problem. But when you use one cage using position one and the second cage is using position three, then this is not logic. Is that clear?
Another question, sir. Yes.
Yeah.
So what he was trying to say is sometimes they want us to do a 1.5 or 150 cage. And then we have to make one of 220. And it continues in the second position. But we have to move the slots or the gaps because sometimes it doesn't have a contact. It doesn't make contact.
Yeah. Doesn't make contact, or the diameter is not reached with the welding angle with the position that you are using.
No. It doesn't. The disc doesn't make contact with the welding roller. We have to move it ourselves manually.
With the welding roller or contact roller?
With the welding roller.
Is the diameter difference is big? So I mean the wire diameter, not the gauge diameter. So the wire diameter. From big to small?
Well, let's say there's one that's 150 and there's another one that's 220.
So okay, 115 is
150 meters, 1 meter and a half, and the other one 220.
Yes, this is okay. Now you need to in this case you need to change the welding angle to the second one. Yes, this is normal, because you cannot reach the 220 with when you use position number 3, because mechanically it's not possible. If you see here, this is a point. This is the actual position of the slider. So the slider is one mechanical point. So it's one mechanical part together. So if you put the welding angle here, then you cannot reach the biggest diameter. But if you put the welding angle here, you can reach the biggest diameter, but you cannot reach the smallest one. So this is normal when you move from big diameter to a smaller one, to a very small one, then you have to change the welding angle position.
Okay, Camilo is referring to. Let's go back to the slide, the previous slide, where you have the contact roller and the welding roller, please.
Okay, I will, so to make it easy for everybody, I will put this one. Then this is what you want to see, right?
Okay, Camilo's referring to this right there. If you see the camera, my cell phone.
Yes,
Camilo's
on the
referring to this.
on the welding roller.
And the welding roller, ¿cierto?
Yes.
Yes, on the welding roller.
Okay. What is the problem here?
When we have the covering of a small diameter for manufacturing. And in the same multi-program, we go to one with armor that is a larger diameter. We need to do this adjustment in the same position. Or do we simply leave it like that?
Actually, I didn't get the question.
No entendí muy
Because
bien la
okay,
pregunta porque
just okay, because normally the distance between these two, so the distance between this here and this here is fixed, and this is mechanically fixed also. The distance between this part
okay.
and this
I'm going to
part.
send you a picture. We're going to send you a picture
Yeah,
right now
so
in a little while, so you can understand it better.
yeah, okay, I think
And
it's better
we'll
because
touch that topic specific.
yeah, this is something specific, but if you
Sí, eso es
change
algo
the diameter of the wire itself, so if you were welding 10 to 10, then sometimes you have too much gap here. You will have here too much gap when this roller is closed, because 10 to 10, so you have around 2 centimeter, let's say. But and then when you move to 5 to 5, then you have in total 1 centimeter. So you have a little bit big difference between the two wires. So you get here a little bit more gap. So if you adjusted this arm mechanically to be a little bit more back, then it could be that when you move to the smaller diameter of the wire, then here you don't have enough contact with the welding angle. So you need to move the complete arm a little bit mechanically. I mean, you believe to move it. And normally you don't move the welding roller arm, but you move the contact roller. So with this screw here, you can move a little bit in front or back. So in this case, when you don't have a good contact, then when you put the longitudinal wire and then the winding wire and you close the electrode, and the welding cage is in position and the contact roller is showing 3 millimeter, then in this case you still don't have any contact with the wire, then you have to adjust mechanically the position between the contact roller and the welding roller. So you use this screw to make it a little bit closer or a little bit back when you have too much. Um, is everything here clear, or you still have some doubts or some questions? Because this is very
Now it's
important.
clear. It's very clear.
Okay. Okay, so we will go back to our so should we continue with the software?
Yes, sir. You can continue on the software.
Okay. Okay, here this is okay. Then now the multi-program is now clear for everybody, right?
Yes, correct.
Okay, here also in the production, you have production archive. Here you can see what have you done in the last period as production. So, okay, you can see here the date, who was logged in, normally operator name, how many cages was produced for this cage, with some cage data. So it's with a longitudinal diameter 6. The length is here, the weight, winding wire diameter, winding wire lengths. So you can have some, this is mainly for the management. Sometimes it's needed to know which cage was produced by who, or how many did you produce this day, who produced what. So this is like just a summary.
Question.
Yes.
Can we filter that by hours, by days? Can we use filters here? Filter it by the days, by the hours?
I think, yeah, you can. Everything, this is possible. You can also export to Excel, Word, but I'm not sure if this is already included in your machine, or maybe you need to buy this option. I'm not sure if it was already sold with the program. If not, we can change it, and you can get these data on Excel or in other formats sometimes when you need.
Okay.
Here I don't have, maybe if I well, maybe when the machine online is, then we can check if you have this option or no. I can check this, but now here on the simulation I cannot. Okay, any question?
Yes, we're working on trying to get the machine up at the same time. Our IT
Yeah,
people.
okay. Okay, so hopefully this will be done. Okay, now we move to the second thing, which is the machine data. Here you can see the general setup of the machine for all the drives, and also for the welding control and the expanding cylinder. So here, normally the operator
Question.
level. Yes.
Can you repeat the steps of how you open these windows you just mentioned?
Yeah, this is only machine data, then editing.
Okay.
Okay, here you don't have to make adjustments here. Sometimes some small things are needed. but normally the operator doesn't have access to most of these values. And when something should be done, because it affects all the machine, so not only a cage program or something like that, but it's all it's the basic settings for all the drives, as I said, for the machine, and the general control of the machine. So okay, I will go quickly on some things, and what is important, I will just say that it is important to know. So here is the maximum speed. This is something. So I will just for you to know that I will just say some general things, so you have a general understanding on the for this window and for the machine. I think this is important to know, but not many things are really important here. So the maximum speed, this is something is defined by the motor when the machine is manufactured. So the motor has this maximum speed. This is the gear factor. So these are things that are fixed and should not be changed. So the adjusting speed is we define it by 30%. A user level 6 can change this. I mean by adjusting speed. So when you move the wheels and the feed drive or the welding carriage with manual movement, so this is the speed with the speed limit when you move it manually. The thread up speed is also the same. So when you go and press on the foot pedal to make thread up, the speed is limited to 10%. So the main wheel will not turn more than that for safety reason. And even if you enter here 100%, then the machine should not take it. So you see it's red, it will not take it because for safety reason, this is limited by program inside the program. Line up speed and line up oval. These two are not used in your case. You don't have oval machine. The cut position speed, this is the speed when you have a cutter. In your case, also you don't have automatic cutting, automatic cutter, but this is the speed where the main wheel will turn to the cut to reach the cut position, so the cutter will be able to work. So this is the position, okay. So here we say hysteresis position, okay, but this value, the machine, when the main wheel, let's say, the nominal value should be 300 degree, but it is 300.01. This is okay. 300.5. This is okay. When it is more than 1 degree, then it gives you an error that the main wheel is not in position. This is the tolerance for the main wheel. Okay. These HLA automatic on, automatic off position. All
1 second,
these.
sir. Our computer is going to turn off because we need to connect it. So give us 2 seconds to run and get the connection.
Okay. I just saw that the machine is online, your machine. I'll try to connect.
Wonderful.
Maybe someone is still working on it. I'm not sure.
Okay, our computer is connected, so
Okay.
we can continue.
Okay, perfect. So the HLA or the HLA automatic on, this is the ramp speed for when you press on automatic. So to reach the maximum speed is 3 seconds, and when you press on stop, the same. The position when you also need to the feed drive needs to move to the maximum position. So this is the ramping up and ramping down for the machine. This is just for your general information. Here, we say the maximum amount of zero winding. You know, in the cage program, you have you enter a value for the zero winding. I will try to open this. So, yes.
Question, sir. Question.
Yes.
I have a comment.
Tell me.
The machine is connected. You can actually use the machine, the program for the machine is connected. I've been informed.
Okay. Oh, this is your machine. Should I put it in English or I try to make it? So you go
Well,
here.
in English it would be okay.
I try to make it like this, so maybe it's easier for you. I'll try to read from my computer and then you read in your language. Okay, I was saying that these amounts here, the HLA, these are the ramping up and down for the movement. Here you have the maximum number of zero winding. I was telling you that this is limited here to 26, because if you put too much zero winding, then the machine will be turning on itself. So the same wire will be uh, welded together many times. So in the machine program here, you put the zero winding. So when you limit the value here to 26, when you put here more than 26, then you'll get an error, or you'll get a message that you reached the maximum zero winding. Okay. Then the lubrication interval, which is here. So each 4 hours. This is the when you make the lubrication, how many seconds you keep pressing on, or you keep the pressure on the tank to spray the wheel and to lubricate it. So each time we make lubrication, we make it for 8 seconds. I think 8 seconds is enough to make, let's say, on the main wheel a complete turn or something like that. So this will be entered one time and no need to be changed. Okay, the welding reel brake pulse at production stop. This is not used. Thread up position and lie up position length. These all also are not used. These two here, because you have a normal machine. And adjust the welding angles, slow speed. This also is not used. And the last one also, this is something for the program. We don't change it. This is always minus 13. So it's like just for the communication between the inverters and the PLC. This here we come to the feed drive. You have approximately the same things. So the maximum speed, the travel distance. You have the speed limit when you make adjusting, maximum speed forward, maximum speed reverse, slow speed forward. Okay, you have these settings. We do it one time and we stop here. This value, you see, you can change it. This is when the clamping device open when you are moving reverse. So if you notice that if the clamping bar were closed and you move the feed drive reverse, so toward the main wheel, then the clamps should be open when you reach 200 millimeter. Okay. So otherwise you will get a message, please open the clamps. Okay, slow speed. Okay, these is the speeds. I think here you don't need to change much, but just for your understanding, feed drive reference position. Here you have 55 millimeter. Normally we have 35, but I'm not sure in your case why it is 55, but okay. Sorry, I will. Okay. Sorry, I have to make it in English. Otherwise, it's a bit confusing for me. Where Okay, we are here now. If you drive reference position, if you drive maximum position. So the maximum, this is the absolute maximum that the feed drive can reach. So if you put more, then the feed drive will hit the mechanical stop, or it can fall down from the rail. So this is the absolute maximum. This will never, normally should never be changed. Okay, the same, the tolerance for the position. So it's plus or minus 1 millimeter. The maximum spacing that can be done on the machine is 20 millimeter. So if you enter in the program more than that, then you will get the same. So the same as an error that you reach the maximum spacing. So here you cannot do more than 200 millimeter, which is 20 centimeter. This is set here. Okay, the same is this is the ramp. How much? What is 2 seconds to reach the position? This is not to be changed. Clamping device open. Clamping device closed. Okay. So here in these two values, you so the machine after you finish or after the machine makes a step, so it waits 1 second before let's say opening or before closing the clamping device, because sometimes the mechanic takes some more time than the electric. Yeah, this is something known that when you give an impulse, but sometimes the air pressure needs time to close or to open. So we give a little bit these two time to make the mechanical movement. I will move to welding carriage because it has the same. Here also you have the maximum speed, the adjusting speed, how many percent, reference speed. When you reference speed is when you press on the yellow button, reference welding carriage. Synchronization speed is the same when you press on synchronize. Welding carriage absolute, the minimum position and the maximum position. This is the maximum you set on the machine. Okay, for the welding carriage, if you remember, we said that we don't set, when you make the reference, we don't set the minimum, but we set the maximum position. Yesterday we talked about it. I think you still remember it. If you want me, I can show you again the position. The sensor for the contact roller reference value. Okay, here the contact roller we said this is 3 millimeter. So 3 millimeter means that here should appear 3 millimeter. This is where we set this value. Okay, if
Question.
yes,
Question. How do we know when a sensor, or how do we know when a reference is not calibrated? Or are we going to see that later on? How do we know when it's not calibrated? Are we going to see that
yeah,
right
okay.
now? Or
Yes, we can, yeah, in this case, let's say this is an analog sensor, so it needs to be calibrated, or the software needs to know where is the 0 point for this sensor. So, okay, now I can see here that, okay, this is the set value is 3 millimeter. This is what we have here. This setup for all the cages. So every cage program, when the contact roller has 3 millimeter, then the welding carriage will stop. And the sensor of the contact maximum gap is 20 millimeters. So when this sensor reads more than 20 millimeter, the machine will stop for emergency as an emergency, because that means when you have 20 millimeter, that means you are pushing too much toward the welding angle. Okay.
okay,
Okay. Yeah, I'm just waiting this. Okay, now you can see, you can read here the 2.8. So now I assume that the welding carriage is in contact with the welding angle. So the welding roller, the contact roller is in contact with the welding angle, and it has a gap here of 2.8 millimeter. So if you measure here, if you go and measure here, you should get approximately 2.8 millimeter. The same here. If you go and measure now, now we can read also, I think 2.8. So when you read this here, you should also, when you check it here, you should also check that this is 2.8 millimeter approximately. So approximately 3 millimeter. Okay. Now, if you see that, okay, we have a problem, the welding carriage is not moving to the center direction, and it is not in contact with the welding angle, so nothing is staying in front of it. So first thing you have to do is to look here, stroke a ground reel. Do you read here? Sometimes you read here 13 millimeter. So when you read here 13 millimeter and you don't have any contact with the welding angle, then it means that the sensor is reading something wrong. In this case, what you have to do is to close the electrode. So when you close the electrode, that means that this part, when you close the electrode, that means that this part is in contact with this one. So here you have no gap, you have 0 gap. This means that the electrodes are closed. The piston is completely out. This is the electrode closed. Okay, then you go to the program and you say to the PLC that this position, you go here in adjusting. Okay, adjusting should be on to be able to work with adjusting. I'll just
question, sir.
yes.
This is a comment. You have the operator. Oh, that's just a comment that you're using an operator permission. That's why you have some limited permissions. You're using the operator mode.
Yes, I prefer to do that so you can see what can an operator do. Okay, now with
Okay.
if you go here, this is user administration. You can see that now I'm logged in with number 4. This is normally can be an operator also when a good operator is, or level 2 when a very beginner can be level 2 better. If I go to a little bit higher, okay, now you can see here that I'm now logged in with number 6. So this is what a technical, a maintenance guy, or the foreman of the site can do on the machine. So this is what you can do alone without our intervention. So when adjusting is on, I will press now here. So you see, you can see this fenster when I check or press on adjusting, and also you can adjust the position of let's say of the main wheel, of the feed wheel, of the welding carriage, of the expanding cylinder, of the analog sensor. So this should be done when you know what you are doing. Okay, so here when you have here a value which is not logic, you come here, you go to analog sensor reference, and you say start. When you press on start, the value will be 0, will be set to 0. But now I will not do it because I will make on the machine something wrong. Okay, so this is how you correct this sensor. Yes, question.
Question. How do we set the feed wheel to set 0?
Yeah, I will. This is coming.
Okay. Okay.
Okay. So now, okay, this is the welding carriage. You can hear. Okay, with this, there is. With this here, you can change also these two positions, but normally with level 6, you should not be able to do it. But I think here there's something wrong in the program. But in any case, so here you define the maximum position of the welding carriage, and then when you go here, it's a little bit slow, adjusting, and then welding carriage reference point, then you see in which position the welding carriage is standing now. So it is at 1691. When you press on start, then this value, what you see here in the welding carriage absolute maximum position, will be taken as a maximum position. Is that clear? So if you need to know if really the welding carriage, sometimes you get the error, welding carriage is maximum position reads. You need to check this. You can go here to adjusting, welding carriage reference. Okay, you read this value. Is it the same value that you read here, the maximum position? Okay, you know, okay, yes, it is electrically or in the software, it is the maximum position is reached. Then you check mechanically, is it the case? If this was not the case, then you have to set the reference again. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, we continue. So no. Okay, so here we said that, okay, this is the value. We see outside, this is the emergency stop, contact roll gap, emergency stop gap, okay. Sensor electrode production value. Okay, this value is not important here because we don't use it. But this is just for you to know, okay, how much is the welding the welding roller, how much the gap okay, the emergency stop also is 20 millimeter. So it means when the sensor reads more than 20 millimeter, then the machine will stop and say that electrode is a maximum position reached. Okay, these are also some fixed points we should not change. The expanding cylinder, so amount of welding angles, okay, these are some things fixed, we cannot change it. What is important for you is the set point. Set point is the when you need to make a reference for the diameter. So you have to change this value. I mean, so here you need to make sure that the diameter okay. So what you see here is the actual position. So you go here and say, okay, this is now 2563 millimeter. To make sure that this is okay, you have to go to the main wheel and check the diameter between two opposite welding angles. Is it 2563? Then okay, the diameter is okay. If not, then okay, how much you measure? Now I measure, you go and measure 2500. Okay. You come here, you say, now I measure 2500. But there is one condition to be able to enter the same value, is that the welding angle should be on position number 1, which is the first position. If the welding angle is on position number 2, then you have to say, okay, I have 2500 plus you have to look here on the offset. So you have welding angle position number 2, offset is 750. So if you make a small calculation, you say 2500 minus, I think this is a minus, I cannot see, minus 750. 1750. So you enter here 1750 and then you set the reference. If the welding angle is on position 3, you deduct the value on the offset number 3. Then you set the reference. If it is on welding angle position 1, then you enter the same value and then you go to adjusting. And expanding cylinder reference, and then you press on start. Then the value you entered in the set point will appear here. Then you set the reference for the diameter. Is that clear?
Question.
Yeah.
When it's in position 3,
Mm-hmm.
you have to subtract the 153 2 times?
No, one time,
Or
always one time.
750? No, siempre una sola vez.
Yeah, I think in your case
One
you
time.
don't have. In your case, I think you have only position 1 and position 3. I don't think you have position 2 on your machine. You have only 2 position, right?
We can't remember. We would have to check. No, yes.
Yeah,
we
okay,
have two positions, yes.
but so
Yes, two
I think
positions.
you have only 2 position. So position 1, you enter the same number. You don't need to make anything. And when you have it on position 3, you have to deduct 750, and this is it. So only one time.
Okay.
Okay.
That's para setear cero. That's to set 0. or to set the diameter of the cage?
This is not to, yeah, so this is just to tell the machine that now you are on this diameter. So you set the actual diameter of the real diameter of the welding angles. So it's not, there is no zero diameter. So we say, we always say what you, what the actual position is for the diameter. So you measure it, you say, okay, I have one meter, then you enter it in the set point. If you are on position 1, if you are on position 3, you deduct from 1750 and then you enter the number and say start. You go to adjusting and press on start and the value will be taken. Okay?
Okay.
Okay. Okay, the other things are really not important. Okay, we welding control. So here we set some parameters, minimum lead angle, maximum lead angle. These are some things which are fixed. You don't have to change it. Maximum number of periods, we define it here. Maximum delay time, what you can put in the program is 1000 milliseconds. I think this is too much. So you have enough margin of play. The frequency is 60 hertz. The tolerance is 5%. So the welding point shifting 1/2 is 15. Welding line. Okay, these are some general parameters that we put one time, and then you don't need to change it. Okay, the what is important to know. Okay, the electrode diameter is also fixed. The electrode open close, these two times, as I explained before, has the same function. So when you close the electrode, let's say, the machine will not make the first welding point until only after or will make the first welding point after 1.5 seconds. So just to give a little bit time for the mechanics to reach the position when you open the electrodes as well. Okay, just need to check one thing. Okay, I think I spoke about all the important things here. Okay, what is important is this welding angle wear. So you know that sometimes you on the welding angle after some production hours, and so you have some wear on this part here. So it's not anymore straight. So you have here a little bit like a hole or somewhere on this part. So you can measure to some, and this affects after some time when it is a little bit too much. It will affect the diameter of the cage. So when you have, let's say, 3-4 millimeter from this side and 3-4 millimeter from the other side, so the diameter is approximately smaller by 6-7 millimeter in total, then you can, what you can do is to come here to this parameter, the welding angle wear, and you enter how many millimeter you have, how many millimeter of wear you have. So if the gap is 2-3 millimeter, you can enter here 3 millimeter. Then the machine will automatically, when it sets the diameter, it will calculate this wear here, and then it will go a little bit. Let's say here it will, if you say 3 millimeter, it will go 3 millimeter bigger diameter. So just to cover this gap or this wear on the welding angle.
Question.
Yes.
That wear. It's of the copper of the copper layer.
Yes.
For only one, or for both that are opposite
for
in
one.
diameter. Para una.
For one.
Okay. That's a good data. That's good to know. We did not know that.
Yeah, sorry, did you ask another question?
No, that we did not know that. That was very good. We did not know that. Thank you.
Yeah, okay. Great. Yeah, this is what I think we are done with the machine data. What is now important to know is how to set the reference for the main wheel, and the feed drive, and yeah, and the welding carriage. Okay, I think first we can here in adjusting see the control bits, status bits. If you go to it here, you can see the actual status of the machine. So you know here that now adjusting is on, automatic is not on, drives are not on. So here you can see some general condition or some general state of the machine. So if you have a problem sometimes and then you press on automatic and nothing is happening, you can come here and see, is automatic going on or no. So you know, okay, maybe if it's not coming, so maybe the button is not working, or maybe the wire going to the PLC is not well connected. So you can make a little bit of troubleshooting using this window. And then main drive reference. To make the main drive reference, when you press on start, then the value will go to 0. So what is important in this case is what we talked about.
Question.
Yes.
And what position should the wheel be in order to do this set zero? What
Okay,
position should the wheel be?
I will repeat what we have talked about yesterday. I think it will be good for everyone. Okay, here. You remember we have long slider, we have short slider. What is the basic condition is that we have a longer slide in the horizontal position in front of the welding and contact roller. So what is important is to have a longer slider spoke. We put on it a spirit level to know if the 0 position is actually 0. So when the level is okay and you read on the machine 0, so the level is okay. So now if you move the machine to 0 position here, then you go to the machine and you put a spirit level. you see that the level is okay, then the zero position is okay. It should be here, always long slider. If the level is not okay, you can read here that the level is not okay, or you can see it by your eyes, then you have to set the reference for the main wheel. This is what you were trying to ask. What is the condition?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, this is the mechanical condition to set the 0 point on the main wheel. And this is very important. So once this one correctly set, then when you regulate something in the welding or in some other points, then you know that the reference is correct and the other things should follow. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. This is, and here you can make it when you are okay with the reference. Then when you press here on start, you have to cross the light barrier, and when you go inside to the machine, the brake will be closed until you press on the foot pedal for the thread up. You press on the foot pedal, then you hear that the brake of the motor should go on, so it will open. Then you can regulate the position of the main wheel to get a good level. Then you go outside, reset, and press on OK. These steps are explained in the machine manual, so no need to write it. It's very well explained. If you get to your machine manual.
Okay.
Okay. Then the feed drive reference. This is actually what the feed drive, or the actual position of the feed drive. You can see that this is the position, and you can see here that this is the same position. Okay, we go the mechanical position. I repeat again.
Question.
Yes.
Sí. Huh? When we have a lack of calibration or discalibration of the feed drive gets uncalibrated. In order to calibrate it, again, should we dismount it or remove it?
Normally, no, but you have to make a little bit. Normally, what we do is to cheat a little bit on the machine. But sometimes when you it passes, this happened and you cannot reach us, then yes, you can do it. You can remove the chain and then move it to the position where the machine shows. So if you read here, I don't know, you read here on the feed axis 40 centimeter or 400 millimeter, then yes, you can measure it from the welding roller to the clamps. When the clamps are open, you measure 400 millimeter, and then you can put again the chain, and it should be okay. You can do this. But normally,
okay, thank you.
When we set the feed drive reference, it will take the position which is entered here. Reference position here. So it will take 55 millimeter. So if for any reason something, sorry, I think I said something wrong before. Yeah, so when you make reference, it will always take this value, 55 millimeters. So when you lose the reference, you need to check here how much millimeter is here written, and then you can remove the chain and push the feed drive until you reach this this distance. Then you make the reference, and then it will be okay.
Okay, now we understand. Thank you.
Yeah. This is feed drive. I switched this with something else. Normally, what if you can reach us, what I do is I let you measure how much the distance is. Then I enter with my, if I enter with our password, then I can change this value. So I can tell you, please measure how much you have. Then I put the value here and I make reference. Then I return this value to 55 and this is done. But we cannot give you this password for safety reason.
Okay.
Okay, and then welding carriage. It's the same. We spoke about it, but now, okay, this is the maximum position of the welding carriage. So when it is here, 30 millimeter back from the mechanical stop or the end of the rail, then we say, okay, this is the maximum position. And here we set the reference, not on the minimum position. Okay, when you press start, then the value which is in the machine data will be written here in the machine. And the expanding cylinder reference, we saw that, and the analog sensor reference, we saw this is for this stroke ground reel and stroke welding reel. Okay. Does anyone have any question or clarification regarding these points for adjusting the reference?
No, we're good. Thank you.
Okay. If you want, we can take 5 minutes of break if you want, or we can continue. This is as you wish. We are now approximately 1 hour and a half or a little bit more.
Is there a lot more to cover?
The next topics I want to speak about, we have the diagnose menu here, where what you can see to make a little bit of troubleshooting, or maybe to understand a little bit more the problem. And then not really here is yeah, we will pass very quickly. And then I plan to give you some hints regarding the welding roller and the welding in general, how to check when you have any problem, how to get a good welding. These are the next topics that we are going to see. And then at the end, when we will have open questions in case you have some open questions. So should we take 5 minutes
Okay,
break?
great. So yes, so let's take 5 minutes breaks then. Yes.
Okay, we do that.
Okay,
So
entonces
see you in 5 minutes.
estamos en 5. Okay, Dr. Ellie, I think we can begin because this is more of a maintenance topic. So while other people come, we have our maintenance foreman here. Have the so we
Yes.
can begin.
Okay. Okay. This is good. This is perfect. Um, it will not be so much maintenance. It will be some small things to be looked at, or maybe it could be a reason for some bad weldings or something like that, but it's not deep maintenance thing. So yeah, but yes, when something is wrong in some cases, the maintenance has to know.
But can we look at the diagnosis first, apart from the
Yes,
diagnostics?
we will do that. Can we start?
Yes, yes. Let's check the diagnostics
Okay,
with the foreman here.
so this is your machine. Someone is on the machine.
¿Alguien está en la máquina? Sí. Yes, somebody's on the machine.
Ah, okay, they are working on it. Okay, so I can use my simulation. Okay, they are
Okay, no
producing.
problem.
Okay,
Well, they're just working. They're working on 2 cages only right now.
yeah, this is okay. This is okay. But now they can see also the how the screen. So this is the actual value, but this is the speed. This is what they can read. Here they can read the gap, what we talked about, the stroke for the ground reel and the welding reel. Here they can see also the how many milliseconds they are using to weld, and yeah, this is the temperature for the water cooler. Okay, we will talk about a little bit about
Well,
cooling after that.
question.
Yes,
What is the adequate temperature? What is the appropriate temperature for
for
the refrigerant?
yeah, this is um, normally we set it at 20 degrees. So, but I'm not sure what do you mean? Because we set it to 20 degree, 20, 22 could be, it should be okay to so the water which should be coming to our welding roller or contact roller or transformer should be in this range. So 20, 22 degrees should be okay. This is your question, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
So
Okay.
it's high right now then, right? Because it looks high right now. Here in real.
60-degree, yes, a little bit high,
See.
but I'm not sure if this is the return temperature or I don't know which temperature is this. Because here I see that the nominal value is 5. So this value is not clear for me. I have to I will check this. I will check with this with my colleague. But this is okay. 60-degree is not a very high temperature, but if the water that is coming to cool down the welding roller is 60-degree, I think yes, this is a little bit high. It should be maybe a little bit less. You can check the air filter on the cooler. You can check the cooler. You can check by yourself the temperature. Sometimes the temperature reader is not really accurate. Yes, this is what I can say now.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah. So
Question.
Yes. Should I?
to know if the machine, pardon? to to know if the program that we have here have oh no, yeah, that we already answered that question. If we can do it, it's about the question about the multi question. It's somebody that was
The
not here this
multi-program.
morning. Yeah,
Okay.
but
Okay.
yes, but they're explaining to him that that yes, the machine is capable. They're not
Yes.
using the machine anymore. No, they stopped using the machine. It's done. So you can continue on the real machine if you want.
Okay. So, okay, we can continue on your machine live. Okay. Diagnosis here. You have four menus. First one, you can see here the servo controller. So this is the main drive motor. So this here you can see the inverter status. So this is the encoder. This is okay. This is in German. I think it's not translated, but okay. This is the position of the encoder. So this is how the speed. This is the okay from ampere. I think you know voltage. So you know. So this is how much current is consumed. This is the DC voltage in the inverter itself. This is how many voltage it goes to the motor, how many Newton meter, the temperature of the motor and the temperature of the inverter. Okay, but these are actually they are not really so important, but sometimes you try to operate a motor or to make any movement and then the motor doesn't move. What you can do is to come here to check. Okay, you press on the button and then you see that here the current is very high or the current is coming to the motor, but the motor is not moving. Then it could be the problem that the brake is not opening. So the motor tries to move, but the mechanic brake inside the motor is not opening to let the motor move. So this could be the reason why you have too much current and then the motor doesn't move. Or you have too much current and after time you have an error on the machine that inverter number one or the main wheel inverter is not in good condition or has an error or not ready to operate. So you can come here and then you can see here if you have any error. Sometimes you here we show the error that is generated by the inverter. So sometimes you have here E carré E squared T. So this is a high temperature or high current was for long time. So this can help you to understand a little bit what is going on. This screen is the same for all the motor and inverter you have. Here you can see the state of the motor. Here you have also some inputs and outputs. Maybe if you have an error, so the warning will be shown here. If the inverter is active, it's here is green. So okay, but this is a little bit not comfortable because this is still in German. You can also see the third motor. Okay, you don't have it. You have only two motors. The third one, the welding carriage you have is still hydraulic, so it moves with the hydraulic unit, not with the motor, right? Yeah, now I remember. Okay, but
Yes, yes, right.
our new version. So this is old machine, and you have bought a new upgrade, but the upgrade was not including a welding carriage motor. But okay, here in the PLC, you can see if you have any Profibus error. So if any light
Question.
here is red, yes,
Sí, alguna, yeah, question, sir.
yes.
What advantages trae cambiar la unidad hidráulica por is it to change the hydraulic unit for the thermal motor? And is it possible to do it in our machine just so we can consider it? What advantages it is that we change this?
Okay. The advantage is that you will have then a machine which is up to our new technology machines. So not anymore with hydraulic, faster than hydraulic, easy to adjust and easy to maintain also, to set the reference, to set all other points. These are the advantages. But I think in your case you didn't take it because you have to change many mechanical things as well, not only remove the hydraulic piston and put a new motor, but also you need to make other changes, mechanical changes on the machine, which cost, of course, money. So this is why.
Okay.
Yeah. Then here you can see the inputs, the outputs on the PLC. On the input, you can see the push button inputs. So in case you need to check if you have some doubts that the push button is not working, or this input is not coming to the PLC, you can check here. So you can press on welding on and see this light should be on. This light, when it is green, then it means that the input is coming. When nothing, that means that the input is not coming. And here you can change to see other inputs. This you can control also with the electrical drawing of the machine. So so here you emergency stop, okay. As a protective door, okay. You don't have protective door. This is why this is not used now. Light barrier thread up, okay. So here you can see the inputs or the main inputs on the machine. These are the inputs for the hydraulic units. So this can help you to troubleshoot the machine. Okay, the same thing is for the output. Sometimes you have the input, but you don't have the output, or the output is coming, but the device which should work is not working. So this lets you decide, okay, is it a program issue, or it is a hardware issue, or it is a device problem, or a cable sometimes is broken. Then these screens can help you to troubleshoot the machine. Here you can also check, and each input name is the same. You can see it on the electrical drawing. So A18.1 is the welding roller. So you can also follow the same on the electrical drawing to know this input or this output will activate which device. Okay, this was important, I think, to know. Here you can see the error log. So the error you faced in the last period, what are the errors you have done. Okay, here I think then is okay. Here you have log file. You can select which week you need to see the error log will be saved here. When you need to go back for any reason, or sometimes this we use to see what are the problems coming on the machine in case needed. This is just some general information. Here in extra, you have the user administration. So we talked about it, how to create a new user and then put a password and a level. Then you have the working hours. So here you can see how many hours, total amount of finished cages made by the machine, how many hours the machine was on. since last time you switch it off, or no, this is the total amount, I think. So automatic production, how many hours, welding on, how many hours was on. So this is only some data. Here in system, you can see the language here. Screen activate touch. Here you can activate the keyboard on the screen if your keyboard is not working, but I don't prefer this. Optimize screen on desktop. Okay, this will change how the way you see this the screen. You will not see the close and big and see when you make optimization. So you will see it like this. I will keep it here. A fast switch language is that when you double click on this icon, then the language will change. Okay, this is a function for this one. This you don't use. Here pre-selection also you don't have to change anything here. This is something when these are related to what are the options included in the machine and what to be considered in the program when it is running. Here machine data changing. Here you can see like a history of what you have changed in the machine data menu. So last time the user Kunde changed the Schweiz from this value to this value. This is just history. And here also the reference history. So here the this user make analog sensor reference. So the value was 0 and it was set to 0. So this is just a history. And here the data, here normally we used to put the documents for the machine, so electrical diagram, but I'm not sure if you have it. So yes, you can go to data and then here you see the machine electrical drawing. This is in Spanish. So I don't know if you need to use it or it's better when you have it in your office. I'm not sure if you need to use this option. Here you can see the manual of the machine. So, okay, these are the data. Lubrication. Here, okay, you can see the lubrication interval. So it's 240 minutes. This is 4 hours like we saw in the machine data. The pulse is for 8 seconds. So time to next pulse will be this much. So this is just for you to know how many. So the lubrication data is like a summary, but the same data are entered here in the machine data when we saw it before. I'm not
Okay,
sure
question,
where.
please.
Yes.
It's not too clear for me if our lubrication is manual or automatic. I think it's manual, but is ours
Yes.
manual or automatic? Our lubrication.
Yeah, but okay, this is a standard program for all the new machines. So our new standard, if you have this option, it will be used. If you don't have it, so it's not used. But this I
But
have
they want
to
to know
say
if their machine is automatic is automatically
I
standard.
I you
We
have to
think
check if you have.
okay, we'll
So
check.
you have to check it by yourself. If you have a tank with lubrication oil and a nozzle to lubricate the main wheel, then you have it, and also to lubricate the other points. But with the automatic lubrication, we don't make lubrication for all the points. So some points still needs to be done manually, but we make it mainly for the main wheel, for the feed wheel, also and these are the main thing. But for the all other things like chain and these things will not be automatic. This should be done by hand. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, I think we've done with this, with the control and with the software of the machine. One important thing I can also say or mention here is that sometimes you have some problem with connecting to the internet or to TeamViewer. So if you go here to TeamViewer, no, it doesn't need to open. So here in this, you can read the status of the TeamViewer. So now it's ready to connect. So it means you have internet on the machine. Sometimes you have here no internet connection. So this button is red, or you have it orange. So it's only LAN connection possible. So from this status here, you know if the machine is connected really to the internet or no. And normally here you should have an ID number, not IP address and other things. This is just for your general information. Okay, now I will move to the next topic, which is the welding. So as you can see here in the pictures, here you have a good welding. You can see here that the color is a little bit changed, that there is a little bit deformation on the wire, not too much, but a little bit. When you try to separate the two wires from each other, you will see like this, and it will be a very strong connection to disconnect it. So this is what we can call a good weld. So how does the perfect weld joint look like? Is okay, first you will have a little bit burn in. So you guys, you can see in the wire here. So a little bit burn. Sorry.
could you, our slide, oh, no, forget it. Our slides, we were not seeing the slides, but now we're seeing them again. It was on our side. Don't worry about it.
Okay. So perfect welded joint looks like you have a low burn in, you have a high strength. So when you try to separate the two wires, it will be really difficult to make it. Low color change, centered weld spot. So if you see here that the welding spot is approximately at this point. So, and this is here also. And here you see that it's like the current went from here to the other. So, and a little deformation in the wire, not too much, but it's a little bit deformation where the two wires were attached together. So this is what we call a good weld. There is no measuring tool, but the operator or the maintenance or anyone can feel it. So if it is strong or not strong. When you try to remove the wire from each other and these things. So in case you have bad welding, what you can do is okay. First, of course, you can check if you have entered the right parameters in the cage program. So the parameters are the welding transformer. Is it correctly at the position we used to be, or maybe someone changed it without turn it back to its original position. You have to check if the welding power is correct. So this is 80% here. The welding roller pressure. So sometimes you lose the air pressure, and then you say, okay, I don't have any more good good welding, and then it will be that the pressure on the welding roller or on the contact roller is not good. We face this problem many times with our customers. And the other thing is the welding time. Okay, so maybe you are welding big diameter and with maybe 2 periods, so which is not enough. That the energy is not enough to weld these big diameter wires together. So maybe you have to change this. And as I said yesterday, there is no perfect parameter for a specific wire or for a specific combination. It always depends on the material itself, on the supplier, on the machine status, on the mechanical parts, on the copper parts. So it's all together will play a role to make a good welding. I shared yesterday a list with Andres regarding like some settings, what can be done. So here you can see that with some longitudinal wires, winding wire, so the diameters, what we recommend as a start to make a good welding, the time, the welding power, and the pressure on the welding roller and the pressure on the contact roller. You can see that when we have thicker diameters, we need more power and we need more pressure to get a better welding. But all these parameters depends on the material itself and the status of the machine. Sometimes you need to make not 4 period, but 5 or 6. Okay. Okay. And the second thing, what you can check is what, as we said, that the ground reel and the stroke of the welding reel, they are good. And now I think you know how to make it, or how to check it. So you can compare the value here with the value here and say, okay, is it the same approximately? And when it is okay, then okay, you are this part of the setting is okay. The second thing, which also can affect the welding, is the cooling. So when you have very hot component, very and the water is not really going well to cool down the equipment, then one time or another you will face a problem. So what do we cool down? We cool down the welding roller, the contact roller, the thyristor plate. This thyristor plate is in the electrical cabinet, and of course the transformer. So cooling is very important. In case the cooling fails on the transformer, you risk to burn the transformer. In case the cooling is bad on the thyristor plate, then you risk also to burn it. And then you have to change it. And here also the transformer, you have to change it, and then the machine will be stopped for, I don't know, for some time until you change this transformer. So it's very important to take care about the cooling. The other mechanical thing that would affect also the welding is to have bed contact, but this time not between the contact roller or the weld and the welding angle, or the welding roller and the welding angle, but in the contact roller itself or in the welding angle itself. We have two types of welding rollers. We have the standard with copper grease. It looks like this one from inside. Here you have grease, and then the two contacts will be together with copper grease. Here you have always to use copper grease. Or the new generation, which is a sliding ring with carbon. It's like the car brakes. So this is how it works. So one, it turns, but it keeps a contact between the copper and the other part. So this is how it looks from inside. This needs to be lubricated. Sometimes if you have too much production, 2-3 times per day. And in both cases, you have to always check that these screws are well set up. So in case these are, so you can do a small test. You can, after some production, you go inside, you check the welding roller. You have to be able to turn it by hand, but not very easy. So you should be able to turn it, but it should be a little bit hard. The same test you can do for the contact roller as well. So if you are able to turn them a little bit hard, then the settings should be okay. If they turn freely, then you have to adjust the screws here. So how to adjust it? You have to tighten all 4 screws, and then you have to release them exactly 1.5 rounds back. So this is inside the screw. You have we have springs. So we set up like this here in our factory, and I think it works for all the customers. So this is important to check, maybe sometimes 1 or 2 times per day, depending on the production. And when you feel that the welding is starting to be not good, then you have to check also these points. The other reason could be that the copper is burned. So you have the copper with black color. So this copper is not anymore a good copper. So the current cannot move freely inside it, and then you can have a bad welding. The black copper, when when you don't tight these screws very often, then this part would be broken from inside, because too much sparks will be between the moving tile and the moving part and the fixed part, and then when you open it, you can see that it's completely black, and then you don't have a good contact between copper and copper, and then you will have a bad welding as well. So like a small resume, what to check if you have problem with welding: you have to check the stroke, the gap of the welding roller and the contact roller. You have to check the sliding contact, both if in case you have a carbon or copper grease. You have to check and tight the screws. You have to check the slider setting. So this is another type of problem we talked about also yesterday, when you have that the sliders or the welding angle are not really in a good round shape, distributed in the good round shape, then this could create a problem of welding on specific points. So not on all the points, but maybe on 1 or 2 welding angles or 2 bars, you don't have good welding. Then here you have to check that the slider settings, also the chain, if all the chains are tied equally. So these two are related together. You have to check if the wire guides and contacts are okay between coppers. The pressure of the air pressure for the welding roller and the contact roller. And in case you have dirt or contamination on the roller or on the welding angle. So, okay, these are some pictures of the welding and contact roller.
Questions, sir?
Yes.
Sí. Can you go back to the previous slide, please?
This one?
No, no, the summary. The summary.
Yes.
Okay, yeah, they just wanted to read the summary once again, but that's fine.
Okay. Good.
Yeah,
When
no,
you have,
you can continue.
okay. So, okay, these are some copper, some good copper. You can see that here you don't have black dots. Here you can see that you have some grease outside and it is completely burned. It's better to clean it. Here you can see that the situation is good. So you don't have black dots on the contact roller or on the welding roller, and it is well cleaned, because after some time you will have here some residual from the metal. So after time you have to clean it, otherwise you will face some issues during production with welding. Okay, and sometimes you also have some residual on the welding angle itself. Here we see that the welding angle is already cleaned. So because sometimes you have here some residual at the end from the sparks and from the metal. Okay. Yeah, typical mistakes or typical misunderstanding, I can say also that sometimes some people thinks that when they put too much pressure, that is better for the welding, but this is not the case. Normally, you should the air pressure, let's say, on the contact roller is between 2.5 and 3.5 bar, not 5 or 6 bar. This is too much. Wrong lift or wrong gap. So when you put too much gap, this doesn't mean that you are putting too much pressure, but this is not good for the mechanical tiles, mechanical parts of the machine. You get more wear, you get more other things. So it's better to always keep the average between pressure and the lift. When you have bad contact, dirt, wear, so we have also talked about it. So you don't clean the machine very often, and then you leave it, and then after time you start facing some issues, and you don't know from where it is coming. But you just need to clean daily. It's better when you clean daily the welding angles after you finish a shift or a production. It's better to clean the welding angle, to clean also the spokes where the slides also move, because sometimes some dirts will accumulate there, and then you have some problem with the sliders. So they don't move freely, they are too tight, or they are scratched. So they scratch the plastic isolation between the slider and the spoke, and then you can have some problems. In the control, sometimes you put too much shifting, so the welding point shifting. If it is too much, you will have also a problem, and if it is too less, you will have a problem. So you need to know how to regulate these things. So various worn on parts and burned copper parts. So when you don't replace the mainly the copper parts, which are really important for the welding, then you can have some problems during welding. And of course, when the parts are burned, yeah, the copper will be burned due to bad adjustment or bad maintenance on the machine. So you get the burnt copper, and then you have to replace all of them. It's good to clean from time to time the copper also, to make them. Sometimes you have black dots, black points on the copper. It's good to clean it with like sandpaper, but for copper, not a very thick one. So these are some typical mistakes that our customers do. Now we can have some discussion about some question. When you have some questions, or if you need me to repeat any point, or you have some questions out of this presentation, also I'm ready to answer. Since
You,
the
you said you were
maintenance,
going to show us the cleaning, like the sandpaper and for the wear.
okay, I said that I will show you the cleaning. I will. Okay, I didn't
Yes.
prepare this, but I prepared some photos for you. And if I have a video also for you to show you the welding. So how a welding is good, how to see the sparks when, just 1 second. So this is a machine which we were testing here. I try to get, you can see here how the spark are going. So normally you should see up and down. So if you see too much up, then it means that you can control a little bit the weldings. So to make it a little bit earlier. This is, we were testing here the biggest diameter. You can see that the speed of the machine is a little bit slower. You can see here the gap when the machine reach the welding angle. Okay. So you see that the wheel turn. This should be the case during production. The welding reel should be turning. Also the contact reel. The contact roller should also turn when it touch with the welding angle. So this should be also the case when you produce. But okay, I can send you a picture for the sandpaper that we clean with our the copper.
Yes,
Yes,
I
I
have
can
another
send it to you.
question.
Yeah.
The main page of the main web page of that machine. La página web. The first page of the machine.
Yes, main screen. I will put your
Please open
machine.
it. Yeah, the main screen. The machine. Can you please repeat the use of the three buttons in that page? Adjusting, welding point later, and welding point earlier. Can you please
Yes.
explain those
Okay.
again?
Yes. Adjusting, you mean the adjusting menu here or just this button?
Only the button, just a button.
Okay. So when you put adjusting on, you can press on it, then a small window will appear here. I will just, because no one next to the machine, I will put it manually adjusting on. Okay, you have to press first the button on the control panel adjusting on, then this button will show. Then you can press it, and then this windows open, feed drive brake and welding carriage brake. Okay, in your case, welding carriage brake is will not work because you still have the welding carriage hydraulic, but feed drive brake should work. When you press on feed drive brake, the brake should open, and yeah, now it should open, and now it will be closed. So here, from here, you can control the brake. In case you need to make a test to check if the brake is working or not, you can test it from here.
Okay.
Okay. And in case you lost the position and you need to push the feed drive to the correct position to make the set the reference, you can open the brake from here, and then the motor should be turning freely, can be turned. But with your hand, okay, you need to remove the chain maybe, but okay. Other thing. Okay, you want me to explain these two buttons?
Yes, those two buttons, please.
Okay, I will start from the cage program. Okay, and the welding data, you set here the start point at -6 degrees. This is from where the signal will go from the inverter to the transformer, also to the control unit of the welding to prepare the welding. So before 6 degrees from reaching the welding angle, you will start the welding point. And this one, the welding point shifting, is the small regulation after that. So during production, you see that the welding is too much going, the sparks are too much going down. That means you are a little bit early with the point. So you press here on later, welding point later. Then the position here normally should change. This will change after you reset the errors. You can, with these two, make the point a little bit earlier, a little bit later. And this value.
Okay, question. During the production, can we do it live while the production is happening?
Yes, you can.
Wait,
You should.
earlier or
You
later?
can do it live. When you see the sparks in front of you, and you say I need a little bit earlier, then you see the change directly. Then oh no, I need a little bit later. You can just play with these two value. This is like you what you put in the cage program. This is the basic, and then you can move from it a little bit earlier, a little bit later. This is how it works. So if you put -6, then it will be, and here you see minus 0.5, then it is -6 -0.5. So like you are starting a little bit earlier. So it will be -6.5. If you make it a little bit later, then it will be -5.5. So it will be here plus 0.5, and then the total between these 2 degrees will be 5.5, not 6. So in the cage program, you regulate, you put the value -6, let's say in this case, and then here you can make it a little bit plus or minus. You see here, this
Okay.
is the start, but this also sometimes where you can not 0 point, you can reach -1.2, -2 degrees. So this can go up also a little bit more. So, but this is depending on which value you started with. Is this clear?
Yes, it's clear.
Okay. Something else?
Hey, yes, they want us if we can do a test in the machine. Can you go? We'll go to the machine and can we do a test with you? Maybe 1 cage or 2 cages. Can we do a test in the actual machine?
Yes, but how we will communicate together? Um,
To see if we can create a multi-program in the machine itself.
okay. Yes, you can.
And then with that we can finish. So we can go to the machine, test 1 or 2 cages with a multi-program if possible, and then with that we would finish if that's okay.
Yes, yes. Okay, no problem.
And so we can create the multi-program.
No problem. Yeah, you can go to the machine, and then we will. Okay, I will delete this one because it's not existing, so they can start from the beginning.
Okay, so I am going to show you, Ellie. I'm going to take my cell phone and I will try to use my cell phone in the while they're speaking, and then while
Okay.
you're saying, I'll just yeah, we're gonna take the portable headsets as well. So we're
Yes.
gonna go to
Okay.
the
No
machine.
problem.
So the cell
I
phone
will
will
be
try to
with
show
you
you.
following from here what they are doing on the screen. I will
Okay.
also. Okay. So they can start by themselves, and then when they have a question, I will answer.
Okay.
Ja, hallo Elli.
Yes. Hello.
Ja, ich habe schon gehört, dass Sie jetzt die Proben unten machen. Was ich nicht verstehe, ist, warum Sie nicht den Modem aktivieren könnten oder ja, warum die Online Verbindung nicht funktioniert mit der Maschine oder was?
Jetzt
Warum haben die
funktioniert.
Probleme? Ja?
Jetzt funktioniert. Was du jetzt sehen, Oder was du jetzt siehst, ja, das ist die Maschine online. Das ist,
Okay, ja.
ja, du kannst hier sehen, das ist grün hier und die haben einen Fehler mit Lichtgitter und so. Dann, das
Okay,
ist
ja,
jetzt
prima.
online. Ja.
Prima, dann haben sie
Ja,
es geschafft.
die hatten ein Internetproblem. Die haben das mit IT
Gelöst.
resolviert. Ja, gelöst.
Okay, ja, also das war mit dem WLAN, mit dem internen WLAN da.
Ja,
Ja?
glaube ich. Glaube ich.
Okay.
Okay, so the first step, Ellie, we're here in the machine. The first step,
Yes,
Para crear un
in order to
multiprogram.
create a multi-program.
yes.
¿Cuál vamos a crear? ¿La interna y la externa de qué?
We're going to create 220.
No la veo.
No, I don't see it.
Ahí. No.
Yeah, they have to choose the yes.
Abajo, ¿sí?
It's in the bottom, right? Okay.
Externa.
External.
Externa.
Yes,
Okay.
external. Yes.
Una. Hay que poner aquí un
But you have to put one, right?
You can put the number you need. This is
Colocar el número que ustedes quieran.
interna, ¿cuál es?
And internal, which one? Here, internal.
Interna.
Okay, internal.
Listo.
Great.
Ahora vamos a recordar.
Now we have to save, right?
yes,
Where do we save?
store.
Oh, save, yes. Okay, so we give it
No, ¿cómo le ponemos?
so what do we
They can
name
name
it?
it what they need.
O sea, el nombre, ¿cómo lo vamos a
So
bautizar?
how are we gonna baptize this, guys? Well,
Los 20 Yaquify.
the 20 yak and pie. 220 JP. We're gonna name it 220 JP.
¿Listo?
And then we click OK,
Listo.
Yes.
and we have to save again.
Bueno, vamos a volver.
No need. No,
No,
you saved
no,
it already.
no,
You
ya
have
lo
to
guardaron.
load. They have to load the program, so they have to select it. Yes.
Ya lo cargamos.
Okay, great. So we already load. Now we just loaded. ¿Ya lo cargaron?
Yes.
Ya lo cargamos.
Okay, we loaded it.
Ahora, ¿cómo
Now,
iniciamos producción?
how do we begin production?
Yeah. They just produce, so they have to exit. Yeah, multi-program is already chosen. So now exit. Now they can see the multi-program here. So the name they created is here, and the actual cage program that will be produced now is 2020 JP Externa. Okay.
Great.
Háganlo.
And we're gonna produce one. Okay, so let's do it.
Dile que vamos a listar las
Vamos a-
verticales.
We're gonna get the verticals ready right now.
Alambre vertical.
The vertical wires. We're getting the vertical wire ready right now.
Okay. Okay.
You can also see in my cell phone that I'm showing you what they're doing.
I think they know how to make it.
Yeah.
But I have the feeling that they chose the same program. Interna. 9. Okay. So this one, if it was 7, 8, and the interna is 8, 8. Okay, I don't know. They chose okay. The second program they chose the
El
interna
segundo
is with
programa que eligieron
8mm
Inter-
winding wire. I don't
es
know
con
if this
8
is correct.
con alambre de 8 milímetros.
8 milímetros, el segundo que dijeron, no sé si va.
Winding wire is 8 or 8. Okay, yes,
El
this is
winding wire
this
es
this can
8.
be done.
Sí se
Yes,
puede hacer.
okay.
Sí, sí se puede hacer.
8 and okay. So only the longitudinal is different, which is okay.
Solamente es diferente el longitudinal. Eso está ok.
Amount,
Okay, question. Where it says amount.
amount, al lado
Yes.
derecho
Right to the right.
del nombre del
Next to the right of the multi-program.
Mhm.
What does it mean that where it says 10?
This is the number. Okay, this is they now want to produce like 10 multi-programs. So I mean 10 times from interna, 10 times from externa. When the machine
Okay,
reaches
so how
this
do I
amount, they will get
modify?
a
How do I
message that the
modify that?
production is done. Sorry?
Okay,
No, ¿cómo modificar?
but how do I modify that 10? How do I make it a 6 or how do I
You
make it a
just
4?
click on it, click on
So
it,
let's click.
and change it.
Excelente.
Okay, excellent, excellent.
Okay.
That's gonna save a lot of time here. Save us a lot
Yes.
of time.
Yes, it's good that they try what they learn. When they have more questions, they can also ask. If not today, they can ask tomorrow. It's not also a problem. Andres has my WhatsApp. He can every time ask me questions. So
Yeah, but the problem is you're going on summer vacation. So how do we ask you during your summer vacation?
yeah, okay. When you have a problem, you will find someone to solve it. But if for training, so this is why I said that we cannot do the training in this time, because there will be always here people to help, but it will not be enough people to make training and help. You know, so if they have a problem, they can call the office or send an email, and then they will get an answer. Because not all the team will be working during August. Normally, we always have 2 people in office. We try to have it. Sometimes one guy will be taking care about everything. Yes, but you will always get an answer.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. Can you ask them if the team is happy with the machine? Do they face some problems on it, which is making their life not easy, let's say?
We
Or
are happy. We have more clarity. We are happy. We have more clarity. After the training, we have much more clarity now. It's more clear for us.
yeah, this is good. This is good. This makes me happy.
Can you please remind me where? Can you please remind
Podemos sacar el registro
where
de
we can
producción.
have the production log? Where do we like here? How do we know where to find the production log? Can you please remind me?
Okay, this
Like
is
maybe in extras?
no, it is here in production. Production archive. So you have this one.
Por
Okay,
ejemplo, aquí dice Pablo.
thank
Por
you so
ejemplo,
much.
nos tocaría crearle un usuario a cada
So we
uno.
will have to create a user for each
Y
of
aquí le
them.
dice William.
And here,
Yeah, normally each operator can have
¿Dónde
a
soy yo?
user. This can be created by So, okay, when you have level 6 user, you can create level 2, level 4, level 6. So up to your level, you can create new user. But not more than that.
Okay, another question.
En lista de producción,
In
¿a qué hace referencia a eso?
production list. What is this about? The production list. What
Yeah,
is this referring to?
this we don't use anymore. This is sometimes this was created for a long time ago for one customer, but we found that this is not really needed. Here, the manager or the management can decide, okay, I need to make this list of cages. So they can enter here the list name, and then they can choose which cages they need to know to manufacture, and each one amount. And so I think it's a little bit complicated. This is why I didn't go through it. No one use it. I think it's useless because the management has no time to enter these data. So they prefer to make production in this time. So we don't use it anymore. I don't know if it's working as well. So, but the idea was that.
Okay.
Right. Some bars are not clamped well with the by the feed drive, by the feed wheel.
Yes, they get loose. They come out.
Okay, so this is something from the operator, so he didn't push enough to reach the right position, right? Or you think there is something else?
A veces
Sometimes
las abrazaderas no
the
agarran bien.
clamps don't really don't clamp well. Sometimes the clamps are not really clamping properly.
But then you are sure that all the clamps are closing. So not maybe you have a problem with some air.
All of them are closing. All of them, yes, they are closing. All of them,
Okay.
but they
And
don't
you have
grab
enough
well sometimes.
and you have enough pressure on the clamping bars, right? Because you can regulate this. There is a pressure regulator. I think for the clamping bar, you have to set it to 4 bar, and just you can check this. And the operator should always push the bar to the end until it is touched with the clamping. So when the feed wheel is in front of the main wheel, the clamping bar are opened, and then when he put the wire inside, the wire should touch the end and should stay there. So it's not like he push it and then it touched and go back. So this can create a problem, such a problem. But then he should make sure that it is touching always, because the clamps close before moving. So before starting the movement, the clamps close. So if the position of the wire inside the clamp is good, so this problem should not happen. I see that the sparks are okay. So the setting for the welding is good.
They have it in 4 here, so up there it has to be in 4.
Si no va a tocar más.
If not, it's going to weld more.
Sorry, I didn't get this point.
¿Dónde,
They put
Question,
¿Dónde encontramos el parámetro
where do we find the
de la
parameter
presión
for the
de los
pressure,
clamps?
for the clamps? Where do we find the parameter for the pressure of the
That-
clamps here?
there is no parameter. That is only manual. This is not automatic. This is manually.
Okay, great. So you said 4 bar, right? The pressure is 4 bar, right?
Yes, 4 bar should be enough. Okay. I think the pressure regulator is on the back of the feed drive. So if you look at the feed drive from the back side, where you have the motor, then you should be able to see the air pressure regulator. Just control that, but I think it's an operator problem, not a pressure. Yeah, here on this side, yes, I think you can see here the pressure regulator. So just make sure that this